Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around it is Castlevania II, Belmont's Revenge for the Game Boy. Way back in 1991, same year as the original Game Boy game, the Castlevania Adventure. And if you leave the title screen on long enough, you will get a story, amazingly. Dracula has arrived, otherwise there wouldn't be a Castlevania game. Dracula is looking to be reborn ever since his castle was destroyed as a result of his battle with Christopher, who was the hero of the Castlevania adventure. 15 years later, a ceremony is held honoring Soleil, the son of Christopher. Who will be the next vampire hunter? Period. Oh, that's not a question. I misread that horribly. Dracula has been waiting for this time because in order to return to Earth, he must use the power of Soleil, which I'm assuming is an accidental misspelling of Soleil. The next day, 4 castles appear while Soleil disappears into the fog. And now, a new battle must begin. And what a battle it will be for the Game Boy. And we go back to the title screen. Might as well start the game because we can't put in a password. You get a password, I think, if you lose all of your lives. So at least you can continue back from where you left off, unlike the first game where you had to beat it in one sitting, and it was, from what I've heard and read, dreadfully difficult, though it can be done. And as soon as you start the game, you now have 4 castles to choose from. I'm going to be going into the upper left castle first, but you can use the control pad to move around, even diagonally, kinda, if you want to select between any of the 4 castles. And they're all near each other too, which just makes this even more amazing and even more suspicious to Christopher Belmont, our protagonist for this game. So let's go ahead and go into the upper left castle here. Crystal Castle. And there's good old Christopher, just keeping on trucking as he moves from the right side to the left. Pretty easy to figure out what to do here. A lets you jump, B lets you use the whip. Left and right lets you move around, you duck with down. Also, the water here switches between left and right. It actually switches direction. If you ever pay attention to the eyes on these statues and see them blink, that's when you know they're going to do that. Also, I need to remember to duck to take care of this bird. And these platforms, they will break if you stand on them for long enough. I'm going to wait for the... Well, I thought I could do that. But I will be able to grab the axe nonetheless. By the way, if you wanted to know how I slid down that rope very fast, you hold down, and then you hold the jump button while holding down. That lets you slide down a rope very quickly. Want to be careful with that, though. Also, I picked up 2 of these little orbs. The first one changed my leather whip to a chain whip, and the second one let me shoot projectiles out of the chain whip. Also, here's the holy water. The axe and the holy water are the only special weapons in the game. In the first game, there were none at all. I may play the first game one day, but I might as well mention the differences nonetheless. Also, the coins give you points. And it helps to destroy walls whenever you can, because you never know when you might find a 1-up or something. Want to keep that in mind too. And as you can see, we're picking up hearts as we go through here. Small ones are worth 1, big ones are worth 5. You need these to power the axe and the holy water. The holy water and the axe work just like they do in Castlevania games prior. You throw the axe up in the air and it does quite a bit of damage to whatever's up there in its path, in its trajectory. I can't even say words right. In the holy water, you throw it down the ground. If anything runs into the bottle or the flame that it produces, it will get hurt. Also, you want to pay attention to the shadow there at that part there. Pay attention to the shadows in the water. When they get close to where you are, they're going to rise up and do damage to you. Also, these things. Do not let them or their projectiles hurt you. If you do, you'll hear a special sound, meaning that your whip has been powered down. Yes, it is still very possible. Dang it. I meant to hit that wall up there above that door because you can get a 1-up up there. Just letting you guys know. Also, these eyeballs and eyeball enemies return from the first game, and I want to slide down here really quickly so I don't get hit by the spikes. They're not instant death, but they do a lot of damage. As I was saying, those things that shoot those little projectiles that bounce off the walls and the ceilings and the floors, if they or their projectiles damage you, you will hear a special sound signifying that you have been powered down. Your whip has been powered down, which means you will lose your projectiles and maybe even your chain whip if you're not careful. It is very much possible to be powered down in this game, just like in the first, and that's not a good way to be. It was much easier to be powered down in the first game. As soon as you got hit, you got powered down. Matter of fact, it was so aggravating, somebody actually made a patch / mod / what have you of the Castlevania adventure, which took place before this one, where this one was negated. Also, Christopher moved faster in that game. Because for some reason, Christopher moved very slow. And you want to get in close to this guy and just keep moving around so he doesn't land on you. As long as you're close to him, his knives will be of no consequence. And ooh. And I want to keep attacking this guy from up close because that's how I'm going to hit him and not get my whip powered down. Be careful on these. It is still possible to leap into the pit accidentally. And you know what? It doesn't really seem to matter which special weapon I have. I'm just glad I have one. Also, this part loops around to some extent. Kind of hard to describe how. I know that it does, and there's a path that you have to take. But basically, that one rope ladder that led me all the way back to the outside, you will go all the way back to here, regardless of whether you go up or down on it. And this door will take you to the boss. And I seem to be going long enough that, you know what, I might as well do one castle per video, why not? And when you hear this music, you know you're getting close to the end of a level. So you want to be very careful. Don't die in dumb ways. And just be ready. Love the Greek architecture that we got going on in the background. I love it. And this castle candle right here. Obviously they give you power-ups. I should have mentioned that, but you probably already figured it out. When you hit this one and grab the flashing orb inside, it's boss time. A gem will appear, and you want to attack the gem before it turns into this wizard. This wizard will command this dark cloud that is above basically everything, really, to send some thunder down. When he appears, you want to move from the center to the side of the screen where he's not at. So that way, you can avoid not only the thunder strike, but also the little trails of energy that it leaves behind when it hits the ground. You don't really need special weapons to take care of this guy. You can take care of him with a whip very easily, and instead of collecting the orb, it just goes up into the sky, unlike other games. Not sure why that is. I just know that it does. And we got an extra life at 20,000 points. Excellent. I think you get one at every 20,000. And of course, we get bonus based on the amount of time we have left. Yes, there's a timer on the game. the amount of hearts you have left, and you get your energy refilled for the next stage. And we will take on another stage in the next video. Join me next time where I take on the Rock Castle. And if you hear me breathing in or out in the mic, that's because that was me breathing out through my nose. I'm using a new mic, and you may have heard it, you may have not. Just letting you guys know ahead of time because of the recent microphone troubles that I had, even though this was recorded in August and this is going up in October. So until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!